Hey, we're back. It's Whiskey Wednesday.
Woo woo.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Sherry.
And today, we're going to try some Cragganmore 12. Another one of the 6 classics for you.
Number 3 in the lineup. The Vanna Whites. I don't know, every time I do that, I feel like I look like I'm like karate chopping every single time. That'll be the thing. Karate chop the bottle of whiskey.
Cragganmore 12. So this place opened in 1869 by Big John Smith. He was kind of a big deal back then. He was a former manager of Glenlivet and Macallan and worked at Glenfarclas.
A lot of the big names.
Huge, especially back then when there were less names.
It's true, it's true.
So they designed unique flat top stills to get a different flavor from the prior places that he had worked at with all of his distilling experience. And being right next to the railroad, they were the first Speyside distillery up in the top of Scotland to take advantage of the rail line, which really helped Cragganmore stay on the map because they had that direct route, and actually they ended up building a station just for all the whiskey and all the raw materials going in. So they had good access in, good access out, and they're right on the River Spey. Cragganmore. It's a 12-year-old 40% whiskey.
It's Gaelic for Great Rock. And as we've learned, so Gaelic is how they pronounce it in Ireland. Gaelic is how they pronounce that dialect, or that, what is it called?
Not sure.
Language, but Gaelic in Scotland.
It always sounds like garlic
I know.
when they say it quickly.
Well, it was funny because when we were talking with your grandfather,
Yes.
and he has this heavy Boston accent, and so he says garlic, so that's what helps it, but it sounds like he's saying Gaelic because he doesn't pronounce the R, so I always feel like I'm like I'm like a New Englander when I say it, Gaelic.
Yeah, can we get a spell check on that, please? Don't know exactly what you're saying.
So that'll help you remember, Gaelic. So anyways, Cragganmore, Gaelic for Great Rock.
Last time we had this was when former clients bought us a bottle as a thank you for a wedding that we shot.
That was the best tip.
Yeah.
At the end of a long wedding day.
Any of you are getting married, buy your photographer some whiskey because it'll make their day, their week, their month. And they'll probably be done with your photos faster because you'll have a little something to liquidly encourage them to get it going.
Shouldn't encourage bribes, but
Bribes are good.
it helps.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Should we give this a little smell?
sounds good. It's about damn time.
Ooh.
That's interesting. This one, I get a lot of like light hay notes.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I've heard people describe that in Scotch before, and I'm always like, well, that's weird. I don't ever smell that, like hay. But it kind of makes me picture like being in the stables or something and just smelling like the hay, bales of hay. And
So the famous Scotch reviewer Michael Jackson said that this was the most complex aroma of any single malt.
huh. Okay, so maybe we'll take just a minute or two longer to...
We'll take a little bit. Give it a couple extra sniffs.
Okay, I'm trying to guess what type of cask it's been aged in. If it's like hints of that port. No?
It says ex-bourbon.
Sherry? Really?
Yeah. And oh, so lightly peated. Like 3 to 5 ppm. So
What am I getting on that?
it's hay and flowers and some vanilla.
Maybe what it is dried cherries. That's probably what I'm getting.
Okay.
Because sometimes I get that from like a sherry cask or port. It's like that really heavy, dark fruit type. So maybe that's what I was thinking. But dried cherries.
And it definitely could be blending in some different casks. Just not a proclaimed heavy finish of anything specific.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ooh.
I get this like hint of like just a little bit of like light chocolate, like a milk chocolate or not dark, which is interesting because I feel like usually when you get the cherry notes, you have more like a dark chocolatey
those two go
flavor,
together.
but it felt like it's like a light milk chocolate.
But yeah, I mean, just that tiny little bit of smoke or the burnt wood influence.
Now this always blows me away every time. After you smell it, you taste it, and then you smell it again. And the second time you come back to smelling it after you have a little taste on the tongue on your palate, I start picking up different scents. And so now I wasn't getting that floral before I was getting the hay and the cherry, but now I can smell a little bit of that floral fragrance now.
I'm getting a lot of like white wine dryness out of it too. That's just delightful. This is so different from the other Speysides that we've had. I mean, I wouldn't put this. There's the Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, Glenmorangie. They all kind of have that same baseline for the 12 years, and this one it's pulling something different, and it's good. I like it.
Yeah, it's so light, but what I like about it is that it's not too sweet. Like I haven't hit the full-on vanilla flavors. I catch with the floral fragrance, I catch the honey a bit, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, and I catch that, but it's not just this overly sweet.
I see what you're saying. It's like you made cookies today, and it was they're good cookies, but it was a lot less sugar than what you expect from cookies. So it was kind of like a sweet breadstick. And that's kind of what I got going here, where you get it's sweeter than bread, but not as sweet as cake or dessert.
Oh no, actually, so what I would compare is like cakes and that kind of thing. They're super sweet, but breads are not as sweet of a baked good. So I would put this on like a sweet bread.
Yeah.
Like we did that before in the bread machine that we've used twice.
Yeah, it's 2 more times than they used it.
That's true. Anyway.
Cheers to us on that.
Yeah, so it kind of gets that with the honey and the hay. It's almost like a sweet bread flavor a little bit. It's just fun to come back to and how the flavors change a little bit. I think with this one I want to try, let me see. Well, we're already at 40%, but still, it's kind of fun to put just like a little drop of water in and to see how the flavors kind of change a little bit.
Little drip for me?
1?
Yeah.
I did 4.
Go 2. Thank you.
I feel like I smell the honey more.
I'm back on the straw now.
Yeah.
Overall, good.
Good Scotch.
Good Scotch.
I appreciate the difference that it, like you said, it's not there. A lot of the Speysides have very similar in flavors, so it's a pleasant, I don't know, pleasant one that stands out just as being different.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'd call it a classic.
So for rating, like what we think about Cragganmore, is this a staple? Is this one to just like keep in your cupboard as a top 5? Like where do you rank this one?
I'd put it in a worth trying, but not of my favorites. It's different, but I don't know if it's a good different.
Yeah. But one to keep in mind for somebody that doesn't want a Scotch that's smoky, but doesn't want it on the full other end of being really sweet as a traditional Speyside, that it's something nice and light. I almost compare it to like a Chardonnay, where Chardonnay is like that drier white wine, that kind of category. So people that like that, I'd probably recommend.
It's a dry white whiskey.
Yeah, a dry white whiskey. That's good. But Cragganmore.
Well, thanks for checking out our channel. We would love for you to click like, subscribe, all the things, so that we can see you next time.
Yeah, continue with us on this journey through the 6 classics and more.
Slàinte.
Slàinte.